The Closet Disco Queen podcast is the #1 ranked women in cannabis podcast by both FeedSpot and Million Podcasts 2025 and is produced by Humble Pond Productions, LLC.
Hi there. Join our casual conversations for curious, bewildered, and aspiring midlife cannabis queens. Welcome to the Closet Disco Queen podcast, featuring Queenie and TT. So kick off your platform shoes, sit back and get ready to laugh and learn all about adult use cannabis without having to ask a 22-year-old. Let's get rolling.
So hello, TT. You might as well say hello.
Hello, Queenie. It's been 25 minutes.
Yeah. I'll go back and you can weave it in.
Yep.
If need be. Yes. So you're on the eve of coming.
I am. Yes, ma'am. I am excited. I will be there by lunchtime tomorrow.
That is so great.
And then Friday night, we'll have our special party, our spring fling. And we're going to be flinging some weed.
Flinging some
people.
Flinging some weed.
Our friends at Healthy Honeys are sending us some stuff that we can share with our party goers to enjoy together. And they begin to explore a little bit if they're new to this. So
very much looking forward to that. We had our training last week. That went very well. Very informative. So we're ready. I'm being summoned.
Yes, you are.
Did you hear that?
Do you need to leave? I heard that.
I just need to open the door. Our Closet Disco Queen podcast deals with legal adult cannabis use and is intended for entertainment purposes only for those 21 and older.
What have you consumed today?
Not enough. I can tell you that right off the rip. Whatever it is, it hasn't been enough. I'm currently smoking a pre-rolled joint. This is an Indica from Ghost.
Oh, I like that box.
I know, it's cool, huh?
It's cool.
So Ghost, and it's it's called Triangle Kush.
Okay, and you said it's an Indica?
It's an Indica. Yes.
Well, I have consumed a passion fruit gummy from the big ass bag. I'm getting low on them, and I was thinking, these are, maybe I should only have half because it's 20 milligrams. And I was like, I'm going to go to bed early tonight. And then I looked at the bag and each one is 25 milligrams. So
I'll sleep like a babe.
So good right now.
Yeah. What time is your flight?
We board at 5:30 a.m. Yeah.
Coming through Chi-Town?
No, through Atlanta. I'm flying American.
Atlanta. Yes, that makes perfect sense. Mm-hmm.
I know. It's so dumb, isn't it? I usually like to go to. Well, it was a lot cheaper.
Oh, sure.
Although, I'm such a moron sometimes. So I'm making all my arrangements and I go to pick my seat and I'm like, okay, pick. And we get to the end and this flight I was like, this is a great deal. It's only $329 for this flight. And I get to the end and I'm checking out and I go, wait a minute. I get all checked out. I go, why was this $410? And I was like, wow, those fees are getting really high. So I look and I paid to pick 3 of my seats. Apparently I paid when I was choosing them. I didn't know there was a price tag associated with the choice. So anyway, at least I have an assigned seat for 3 of the 4 flights.
Are you kidding me? You have to pay for an assigned seat?
Apparently. I should have just, skip. But anyway,
winged it, so to speak. Wow.
Gotta be careful. I'm telling you, they're nickel and diming you to death on these
awful.
airlines.
It's awful. Well, Spirit just stopped.
Right.
They're
done.
They're done.
Right?
Done. And it's Biden's fault.
Of course it is. Everything is. Well, no, him
that saying.
And Obama and Hillary Clinton.
Yes.
I love that somehow Hillary Clinton has become
all powerful.
A worse target than her husband, the philanderer. Somehow she's
a woman.
Yeah.
How dare she?
I saw a picture of Kamala and Hillary together. And I was like, I think the caption said something like, what would the world be like if these two had been in power?
Oh, God. Can't even wind it back to begin to imagine.
Well, even Al Gore,
Yeah.
That was with the hanging chads and the dimpled
well,
chads.
No, the beginning was
that.
really Reagan.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
No, I'm going to go back. I'm going to say Carter. That whole pardoning shit.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that was Ford.
No,
All right.
that was Ford. Yeah.
Then you got to go back to, well, Nixon then. Literally, we haven't recovered from Watergate.
Yeah.
I think, you could really.
Don't we sound old? We've never recovered from Watergate.
Oh, my God.
I don't even know if young people know what Watergate is.
No, what are you talking about? I guess you had to be there. I guess that's part of the problem.
We were very young children.
Well, it was, our formative years.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
While we were attending school, our superior.
And learning about
civics education.
Exactly. Well, at least we had civics education.
I know.
I don't even know if the kids these days
No, I
have civics class.
I know, but I did. I read an article today about, what was it? Was it CNN? Someone interviewed people who had voted for Trump and just asked them very objective questions. And, some of the answers were, like ridiculous. And then, so then some of the comments from people were like, good to know that younger people know how our government functions. I doubt people even know there are 3 branches of government. And you're like, oh God, it's true. Because some of these things that people were coming out with were like, what?
Yeah, I think that was a big mistake to get rid of civics. It's so important for us to know. And even now, I'd like get confused about some stuff,
Right. No, I mean, that is so critical to understanding, especially, I don't know, do you think, are we so into this? Do really people give a shit? Do most people really give a shit? Or are we like just so consumed with this?
I don't know, because I think about a lot of people didn't even vote. Right. So if they don't care enough to vote, do they care what's happening now? Or are they even aware of it? I don't know.
I don't know. That's a good question. Like, are we spinning our wheels? I don't know.
We're definitely spinning our wheels. But, when we are each doing what we can in our own way to contribute,
we're striving for a more perfect union.
Yes, there you go. Blah, blah, blah. Not that it was ever perfect.
And then,
never was perfect.
Because I watched, the Revolutionary War, the thing with Ken Burns, and then listening to this book, and then I've been reading more and more because it's the 250th anniversary. The articles that are being written now highlighting the racism, the misogyny, just the down and out, outright cruelty of the times. And, that this wasn't a glorified, higher calling kind of thing. It was driven by greed and power. There was an article this morning pretty much promoting, it was a battle somewhere. And someone was like, why are we promoting the violence associated with the birth of our country? Why is that something that's being, praised and glorified?
Well, what's that? I don't know. I was watching a TV show and it showed them doing, I know. I think it was The Pit. It showed them doing fireworks.
Right.
And there was one woman in a hijab who couldn't watch, and she was scared.
Traumatizing her.
It was traumatizing. Yeah. And I mean, that's what,
Well, that's what it symbolizes. It symbolizes the
the rockets
bursting of bombs. Right. This is war.
That's why I always thought that America the Beautiful would be a better national anthem, but
God bless America.
No one asked me.
Yeah, well, they don't ask, so I don't know. It's a very interesting time, I suppose. You can look at it that way.
It is.
If you choose to look at it at all, I guess is the bottom line.
There you go.
So Grady.
What's the latest but buzz? TT, tell me the news. Where is it legal? No one knows. What's the latest but buzz? TT, tell me the news. Where is it legal? No one knows.
Speaking of which, do you have a story for us this week?
I do have a story this week. So this week, I want to report back on the move from Schedule 3 to Schedule 1. And let's see, I'm sorry, 1 to 3. It went down from a 1 to a 3. And in response to that, there was an analysis done by the, here it is. Okay. So Johns Hopkins University and the University of San Diego classified different responses when the DEA was asking for comments. Remember back then they were waiting to hear comments from people. Well, there were like almost 50,000 comments. And so they went back and they analyzed the comments, and they determined that the majority of people feel like it didn't go far enough. The vast majority that.
But just the rescheduling wasn't enough.
Well, the rescheduling of just medical wasn't enough. And some people felt like it shouldn't even be on the schedule, that it should be, right
totally
off the descheduled. So anyway, so this information is hopefully going to inform the next step, which would make sense to be. Of course, sense has nothing to do with things these days, but it would make sense for us to also have Schedule 3 move to Schedule 1 or 1 to 3. I get so confused. I'm sorry. So yeah.
So what?
I'm a little lost myself.
Pull it back. Do you have more to say? No. Done?
No, done.
No, you're done.
I'm done.
Okay. So the comments basically have stated that things didn't go far enough.
Exactly.
And so whether
there's
something happens with that ideation or not is yet to be seen, right?
Well, I think because right now we're in the process of having another comments time period.
Okay, so it really resets
but I think
the whole.
That this, right. But also I think this information that, was analyzed and pulled together is going to be useful in this comment round.
Okay.
This round of
so
comments.
Like a leaping off.
Yeah.
Point.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
that makes sense to me.
So things just grind on.
Yes,
At
they
least
do.
It's forward movement.
Momentum. Yep, it is. Yep, going forward.
And then, whatever's going on with the psychedelics, I have done zero research on that because there wasn't the first order to accelerate the approval of the use of psychedelics. Interesting.
Yeah.
So who was asking for this?
Nothing is,
But, we've been, granted, I'm sure the mushrooms, they've been around forever too. They're natural, whole deal.
Right.
But there's just been so much about weed, and it's such a significant cultural touchstone. How did psychedelics squeeze in here, and how did it get moving along so quickly?
I think maybe one of the reasons is because people with certain mental health conditions, it seems like nothing works. But there's like a promise that this could work for those people, people with schizophrenia and people with personality disorders and, some other mental illnesses.
So what has been used, it's been anecdotal.
Yeah.
Anything that we know at this point is because it has been not legal to, in the same vein as cannabis.
Right.
Okay. Just wondering where this is.
I know.
Feels like it kind of came out of the blue.
It's getting a lot of press.
A lot of press.
I think it's maybe that's why, because it's new. It's not the same old pot story, I mean, people have been fighting for the last 40 years, 50 years.
We'll have to see. More than that. I think, what was it, the late 40s, early 50s?
Oh, was that Reefer Madness? Was like these, I think.
Right? Yeah. So, all righty then. Thank you, TT. We'll, we'll we'll see what happens. Who knows? Right. Who knows? We could all be shooting heroin by next week.
Very,
everybody could,
Es 5 de mayo en Queenie, Ohio. Cinco de mayo
went out with some friends for breakfast this morning, and we were talking about three of the four of us, of them,
Had a
thinking
threesome.
about, no, God, no, had considered purchasing a firearm.
That was my mouth just dropping open.
And they have, apparently there's some very high-tech ones now that don't kill people, because that was one of my things, saying I don't want to be responsible for killing anyone. But just then they said, well, what if someone was coming in and, was after your children or your grandchildren, or, wouldn't you want to protect them? Because people are so freaked out by what's happening in this country that we're worried it's going to be like Mad Max out there.
Isn't that kind of assured if we all
Yes.
run out and purchase firearms?
Thunderdome.
Wow. How do you feel about this?
I was the one dissenting vote.
The one and only.
I said, I
Of
don't.
women or all attendees?
All attendees. There are
Whoa.
2 women and 1 man, and me. So I should have counted myself with the women.
Wait, you were the two? Were you one of the 2 women?
No, I'm one of 3.
Okay.
Anyway,
Oh, okay.
I said I don't want. I said one of 2 things could happen. I'd freak out and I'd, drop it and probably shoot myself, or I would just start blasting away at everything. I don't know. It could go either way. So
She's going off her nut, folks.
I just don't think
She's lost her
Just-
shit, so to speak.
don't think there should be a firearm in the house.
She's out there playing Rambo in the streets. Okay, here's another question.
Okay.
Were these people considering purchasing said weaponry with the idea that they'd be using said weaponry to defend themselves from fellow Americans?
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's okay. Well,
when things get scarce, food and water and, people.
all these things have happened
become
throughout the
animals.
world at various points of time. There have been scarce resources, and the first instinct of most people has not been, I'm going to blow you the fuck away before you can blow me away. Think back to London during World War II. How much more scary could that have been, with bombs dropping every night and, not having enough food, water, whatever. Things were scarce. I don't recall hearing about Londoners killing anything in sight that came near them, just thinking,
Well, you know what, though? Because the enemy wasn't right at their door. Do you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I think if it gets down to, I don't know. I mean, I think there's just as many, probably more instances in history where people have just taken advantage of whatever the unfortunate situation is and enrich themselves somehow.
yeah, that's history. That's the way. I do believe, though, maybe I'm too high now to really. I thought we were kind of heading in that trajectory where, we were going away from that people could live, autonomously and side by side in harmony. And
we started thinking that, and the
seek
backlash.
harmony with our environment,
Right,
and with
right.
being mindful of the future and inclusive.
We were trying, yeah. But
And
look
then,
what. So
prove me
why
wrong.
are we here now? Because there are so many people who are not thinking about that stuff. They're thinking about, if he gets more, that means I get less. That's what they're thinking. So there's a lot of those people out there. That's why we have the president we have now. So I would like to think that people would be collaborative and cooperative, and but I don't have as much faith as you do in that after what we're seeing, especially the last 20 years.
Yeah, sobering. But again, not to beat a dead horse, the revolution, there were Americans who were loyalists
Oh yeah.
and, patriots. Could be your brother, could be your sister. It was a civil freaking war, and people were taking sides.
Right.
And if you were under the wrong flag, guess what? It was
You're the
a
enemy.
free pass. So because you're threatening me, again, it was, I'm going to take you out before you take me out.
Well, isn't that what war is? Isn't that essentially what war is?
It's ridiculous.
It's such a
It's winning by who's losing. Less, I guess, less attrition. Because there's always going to be attrition. That's the idea. want
That's
to
the
take
whole
people
idea.
out.
Yeah, right.
So whoever is, less depleted, I guess, wins.
So, I mean, given that, I can see why people might want to arm themselves, but, I don't. Although, I mean, if I saw horrible things being done to the people I love, and I thought I might have prevented that if I had a gun, I would feel regretful, I think. Maybe. I don't know. You know what's weird is that we're even thinking about this shit
Well, it is weird.
other than just a science fiction-y kind of way.
Yeah, it is. But here's where my mind goes. If God forbid, that scenario ever began to play out, bye-bye.
Yeah, I know. That's the other thing. I didn't want to sound too depressed, but I'm like, hey, I've lived a
I'm
good
not
life.
fighting any
okay.
shit off.
Right.
Now, if my kids were here, that's a different story.
Yes.
But it's me and him.
I know.
And,
Yeah.
it's, crapshoot whether he'd look for me or not. I don't know. Could go either way at this point, I think. And he probably feels the same way.
Yep.
But, no. Oh,
That would not be the first instinct.
what?
That would not be your first instinct.
Right. It's like,
Where is
shit.
he?
No, I shouldn't say that. I think, residing in the same home, you'd kind of
Yeah, well.
hope,
Yeah, well.
that same courtesy would be extended to you.
I think there might be more concern for the dog at this point.
Oh, God, yes. Yes. I could just see him riding the dog out of the house.
Saddle up.
Bye. We're out of here. Yeah, we're safe. We're free.
Oh, good.
Yep. Teddy and I will just burrow in and I'll say 1, 2, 3, Ted. Hold your breath. Here we go. Going on a trip.
The Rainbow Bridge.
Yeah, we'll cross it together, baby. Yeah, I'm not putting up with that shit.
I think I'd rather cross the Rainbow Bridge than go to people heaven.
You think there's a choice?
I don't know.
You think there's like an off ramp?
I feel like I only ever hear about dogs going across the Rainbow Bridge. I don't hear about anything
Well, I think
else.
that's
So they must have a special
we need to have a separate
annex.
euphemism for pets. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Because we really value pets much more than we do humans.
Right.
So
Well, you don't want to go
got
to
to make
heaven.
it more palatable to lose a pet. A happier, something joyful awaits them. Of course, they're, not integrated into our heaven, apparently.
They're not, apparently not. See, that's why I'd rather go to their heaven.
Maybe they just have to go over the bridge and we've got a direct access.
Maybe.
They got to pay a toll or something. Who knows? We just stay in the express lane. Express lane, and we're out of here. Boom. Who knows? So thanks for that story. I don't even know what the hell are we talking about that we got off on that?
Either or, peace, war, Madonna, whore, this, that, skinny, fat, dog, cat, yes, no, stay, go high, low.
We're going to play either or would you rather or what if. What ifs. Pick a number between 1 and 75. Do not pick the number you chose last week. You seem to remember what it is.
I think I do,
not.
yeah.
I can look.
That's okay. I think it was 32.
It was 32. So anything up to
Not.
31, and then 33 to 75. Feel free. Knock
Let's
yourself
go
out.
with
Rip it.
64.
64, she says. Let's see what 64 brings us. This is an either or either or, whichever you prefer.
Could be either
Or either. Neither nor. So pick either or. Would you want every song you've ever loved replaced by elevator music, or every meal you love replaced by plain rice?
replaced by elevator music, or every meal replaced by rice. Oof.
Boy, that's brutal. Glad I don't have to answer this.
Those are both very unattractive scenarios. Well, I think I would choose to give up all my favorite songs. I think I would rather be able to eat. What a big surprise. Well, and here's my reasoning. Because even though elevator music sucks, it's still music, and you can take it and improvise with it. You could sing along with it. You could, whatever. You could try and remember all the words to your favorite songs with it, but so you at least have some access. But if all you ever got to eat was rice, you'd lose all that other sensory stimulation, So
it's not necessarily for the sustenance. You're not
No, no,
looking
no, no,
for
no.
substance.
Oh, good Lord, no.
It's a purely sensual experience. I understand.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. How about you?
understand.
What would you pick?
I have to agree with you. I think, and
Yeah.
for the exact same reasons. I think music, elevator
Mm-hmm.
music, I don't know, not my first pick ever, but as you said, it is whatever your definition of music is, and it could be a springboard to
Mm-hmm.
further creativity, I suppose, as you said. But yeah, I could not give up. No, I could not give up. I could not just eat rice. I absolutely could not.
Well, you couldn't. I don't know. Well, you probably
No,
could survive for a
I
while on rice,
derive
but
way too much enjoyment from food. I
and just the
enjoy
variety.
thinking about the variety, the
Yeah.
taste, the textures,
Yeah.
how it's prepared, the whole deal, how
The
it's
whole thing.
prepared.
Right. The rituals. Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't do the rice thing. So I think we're
And I think we would find ways of making our own instruments and, I think that would all happen again.
possibly. Well, yes, you have to assume that.
It's just not,
That's a
you
po-
don't
that's-
have, well, that's what that's what I'm assuming, but maybe it was that you can't even create your own music.
Well, I guess
an
all that would have to
interpretation
be
thing.
considered. So, but I too much for the old tummity tum tum.
Right.
There's no way. No, no good way to even come close to. Nope. It's not going to happen. Well, that was an interesting one. Really gets you thinking now, doesn't it? Like, where do you put your priorities? And if you had to make a Sophie's choice, what would it be? We could call this game
I never saw that
TT's
movie.
Choice.
I never saw that.
You've never seen Sophie's Choice?
No. I know what it's about. I've seen, like
I don't know if I could watch it again.
advertisements for it, but no.
I don't know.
I know it was very powerful.
Maybe enough time's gone by, and the mind is soft enough. Wouldn't be as
Yeah.
it'll be like a whole
Although-
new experience for me.
It might be even more so because it feels almost like we're moving in that direction ourselves, Good Lord. It does feel that way, though. I mean, that's
Well,
not just conspiracy
know.
theory, it's history.
History does tend to repeat itself, as I hear.
So they say.
They say, do tell. Now, I just, it's dire times.
So
Sad.
get high.
So get high. Yes, like us. So we don't care now. We don't even remember what we're talking about. See? Momentary bliss. That's the
Right.
good part.
Yeah, we'll escape.
Little escape. Little teeny escape.
We've got a list and it's getting long, petty to profound. What feels so wrong? Sticky notes and middle-aged sass. If it don't serve us, it can kiss our ass. Fuck it, fix it, or forget it. We're seasoned queens, don't regret it. If it drains our soul or wastes our wit, we file it under, oh hell no, skip it. From bad bras to toxic friends, we draw the line and tie the ends each week. A gripe or hill to die on with Queenie and TT. The fuck it list lives on.
So, TT, what are we going to talk about this week on our Fuck It list?
Well, we did have one of our listeners get in touch with us and tell us that she is saying fuck it to putting up with relatives who are inappropriate and or unkind.
Yes. Okay. Yes. We don't have to put up with that.
Right.
No.
Or creepy
Creepy.
in any way.
No creeps. No
Right.
creeps allowed. I mean, those
Yeah.
days are well over.
Right.
They're over.
People making racist, homophobic comments.
we don't need
whatever.
any of that.
Nope.
Not in your own
Nope.
home.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
No. And you really
calling them on it. We need to call them on it.
I was
Not
just-
just put up with it, but call them on it.
that I was just going to say, and it shouldn't just be in our homes.
Right.
If
If we're out to dinner or
right, and
whatever.
someone
yeah.
starts being like a jerk,
Right.
you're
Speak
right.
up.
I'm down with that. I'm down
Yeah.
to say fuck it with that because you know what? I'm
It
done.
feels like, and it feels like people somehow have gotten emboldened
Yeah.
to be like this.
Misbehave.
Yeah,
maybe.
to say things out loud that, to
You wouldn't normally say.
well, yeah, I think part of it too is that it's horrifying to see what people put on social media.
Oh,
the comments.
That's true. That's true. We
If you look at comments at news stories, you go
Yep.
into the comments. It's horrific.
Yeah,
It's horrifying.
I think we should. Yeah, maybe just fuck it to bad behavior.
Yeah,
not
maybe
putting
that's
up
it.
with bad behavior or people who are just purposely being nasty,
right,
verbally,
Right.
or inappropriate when it's it's not funny.
Yeah,
it's not
to
funny.
say that we don't use that kind of language. I don't appreciate you using that kind of language.
But I don't want to listen to that at
Yeah,
all. I don't want that
right.
in my being.
Right. I don't.
If you can't be respectful,
Right.
don't say anything.
Bye bye.
Didn't your mother tell you if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all? And I think that goes here perfectly well.
Well, what's interesting is I learned these three questions, that you ask before you act or speak. Mm-hmm. And the first is, and if there's like 3 gates, if it gets past all 3 gates, then say it. Is it true?
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, okay.
Right?
There's a
big one.
There's a big one
Is
to
it
leap
true?
over. Mm-hmm.
Is it helpful?
Okay.
Is it? I can't remember the third one. Is it true? Is it helpful? No. Is it going to positively impact the world or something like that? So yeah, is it true? Is it helpful? Because sometimes we say things and we think, and it's like they didn't need to hear that. Why did that person tell me such a thing? Right?
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
That just doesn't make sense that you even told me that.
Yep. Well, that sounds very similar. Now, I'm going to embarrass myself, but that sounds very similar to the Rotary 4-way test.
Okay. Yeah.
It was as a Rotarian, you were asked to evaluate and assess situations, people's words, basically under 4 different variables. And, I guess it's being mindful.
Right.
It doesn't, you can be mindful. Mindfulness covers a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
So read the room.
Yep.
Read the room, folks. Not everybody thinks physical humor's funny.
Right.
Not everybody thinks off-color jokes or words are funny or appropriate.
And
read the room.
We're not being Puritans here.
Oh God, no. Well, we're not.
Well, you know us.
Furthest thing from it, no.
But yeah,
there's a place.
There should be a modicum of respect that people pay to each other and
Yes.
to all human beings.
Yes. Respect yourself.
Yeah, respect.
Be kind. Yes, and don't violate other people's space, their physical space, their intellectual space, their emotional space. Keep your hands to yourself. Mm-hmm. So, all righty.
Good one.
I think we beat that one down pretty good. So, TT, we'll see everybody next week. Let everybody know that it's going to be Mother's Day.
It will be Mother's Day.
So we'll be recording Mother's Day weekend, and TT will be in Albany.
I will.
So we will be side by side for that.
Very
and
exciting.
I hope everybody has had or will have a happy Cinco de Mayo.
See.
We will see everybody next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us at the Closet Disco Queen podcast. Grab a brownie or doobie, pass us to your friends, and be sure to follow us on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen. And be sure to leave us a 5-star review as it helps others find us. Peace out.
The neighbors built a bunker underneath the shed. They've got a year of canned goods and a library they've read on how to skin a rabbit and purify a stream. They haven't been to Target
it since 2017. They got gas masks for the family, and the dog has one too. A ham radio, a crossbow, and a homeschool Waterloo. They rotate stock like Costco with the military flair, and they side-eye my grocery cart like I just don't care. The preppers next door are ready for the end. Got a generator, 50 flashlights, and a will to defend. 14 types of jerky and a bucket full of rice, and I'm over here with half a lemon and some expired spice. They're ready for the apocalypse. I'm not ready for tomorrow. She asked me once, what's your plan if the grid goes down? I said, cry, probably, then walk to town. She handed me a pamphlet and a freeze-dried sample pack. I ate it in the driveway cause I thought it was a snack. Their kids can start a fire with a stick and some lint. My kids can't find their shoes, and that's my daily squint. When the power went out last February, guess who knocked on their door? With the phone at 2% and absolutely nothing more. The preppers next door are ready for the end. I'm ready for a nap and an Uber Eats to send. They've got a bunker full of everything they need, and I've got a junk drawer full of menus and some weed. They'll survive the apocalypse, I'll survive the afternoon, and if the whole world falls apart, I'm knocking on their door by noon.
The Closet Disco Queen podcast is the #1 ranked women in cannabis podcast by both FeedSpot and Million Podcasts 2025 and is produced by Humble Pond Productions, LLC. If you are interested in being a guest, email us at info@humblepond.com or reach out on Facebook. Visit Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen and leave us your 5-star review and comments. Thanks.